Hi everyone, myself PLE. Today we are going to discuss our environment from class 7 geography. Previously we already discussed about that lithosphere and also discussed that what do you mean by that environment. Today we are going to discuss that hydrosphere, atmosphere, ecosystem, etc. So at first we have to know what do you mean by that hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is that water body. It means that the hydrosphere is the domain of water. All the water bodies such as that ocean, seas, river and lake together make up that hydrosphere. It means that all water bodies together known as that hydrosphere. So include that ice sheets in the polar and that high mountain regions, that is also a part of that hydrosphere, and also that groundwater water vapor is also a part of that hydrosphere. Okay, so now we discuss about that what is the important of that hydrosphere. So water supports all forms of life on earth and is useful to us in a number of ways. Such fresh water, apart from its domestic, agriculture, and industrial uses, is used to generate electricity and also a means of transport. Oceans support marine life, provide us with food and minerals, moderate the climate of the coastal areas, and also serve as international trade. Okay. So in short, we can say that there is many ways that hydrosphere help us. First thing, it is a primary source of humidity and precipitations. Second, have a moderating effects on the climate of coastal regions. Third, home to a green variety of marine life. Fourth, can be harnessed to generate energy. Fifth, serve as a means of transport. And sixth, salts and minerals dissolved in them are economically important. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about that atmosphere. What do you mean by the atmosphere? The air which surrounds the earth is called that atmosphere. The earth's gravitational pull holds the atmosphere around it. Air is a mixture of various gases, water vapor and dust particles. In this mixture of various gases, that nitrogen is the most abundant gas found in that air. It is that 78%. That oxygen is that 21% and remaining 1% of that air made up of carbon dioxide and the other gases such as hydrogen, argon, helium and ozone. Now we are going to discuss about the importance of that atmosphere. So what is the importance of that atmosphere? The conditions of that atmosphere like temperature, pressure, humidity and sunshine make up the weather of a place. The gases in that atmosphere are useful to us in various ways. Nitrogen is required to maintain the fertility of soil. Second, oxygen is the gas that living beings breathe in. Third, carbon dioxide helps plants to produce food in the presence of sunlight. Fifth, it also keeps the earth warm by absorbing the heat radiated from the surface. Sixth, ozone protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Then next point is that water vapor is the atmosphere condense and cause precipitations. In another way we can say it provides us the oxygen to breathe so we can live. Second, it shields us from the sun's harmful radiations. Third, it provides us with precipitation so we have water to drink and use for many purposes. Fourth, it provides a medium to absorb, carry away and disperse the waste gases we generate in various ways. Fifth, it provides plants with carbon dioxide and water so they can live and serves as the basis for our food. So that is the importance of that atmosphere. Now we are going to discuss about the biosphere. So what do you mean by that biosphere? Biosphere is the narrow zone where land, water and air come into contact with each other. It is called that biosphere. So what is that importance of that biosphere? Biosphere provides that earth with life as it is only domain where the living being exists. They range for that microscopic organism to huge trees, animal and human. This great variety of that life on that earth, it is called that biodiversity. So what do you mean by biodiversity? Biodiversity means that where that different types of animals, living organism is stay together, that is known as a biodiversity. The component of that biosphere are divided into two major groups, that plant kingdom and animal kingdom. It means that flora and fauna. Okay, they are interdependent and also depend on that biosphere for survival. So obviously that flora and fauna also interdependent between each others, and they also depend on biosphere. Okay, all the living organisms are interdependent and the turn depend on that biosphere for survival. So previous time we also depend that biosphere means that a narrow zone where that water, air and land come together. Okay, so that is that main part where that living organism can survive. Okay, now we are going to discuss about that ecosystem. So, an ecosystem is a distinct zone in a biosphere that has its own physical and biological environment. It means that this is the distinct zone, they have that own physical and biological environment. It may be as large as a ocean or a forest, or as small as a pond or a field. So that ecosystem is happen in ocean, that forest, and also it happen in pond and that field also. Okay. Each ecosystem is formed by the interactions of all living organisms with each other and with the physical environment in which they live. The biotic and abiotic component of an ecosystem are linked to each other by the transfer of energy and matter. So in these parts, in this ecosystem, that biotic and abiotic things also depend on each other for that transfer of that energy and matter. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the human environment. Human beings are an important part of the biosphere. In fact, humans are the only living organism who have consciously altered that environment to suit their needs. Early humans lived in natural environment and adapted themselves according to their surrounding. With the passage of time, the requirement of human being increase and in order to fulfill their needs. It means that when that with time they can change their needs, they can survive in that situation. Okay, human being can survive in any situations. Okay, and they also modified their natural environment through various activities without releasing its adverse effects. Farming, grazing, mining, lumbering industries, transport, and constructions are some human activities that have affected our natural environment. Also in this part there is one question arise, which things that can which human activities that have affected on our environment, natural environment. You can say that farming, grazing, mining, lumbering industries, transport and constructions are some human activities that have affected our natural environment. Okay, it means it also disruptions of that ecological balance. Okay, for that, we need to be sensitive and aware of the various environment problem and take care not to destroy our environment any further. Okay, so we have to take care of our environment. Now, today's discussion is over. Next day we discuss about that exercise question. Okay.